I don't know why people are not talking about Liverpool's secret weapon. Everyone seems to forget about this, and I'm going to give you 5 points on why I think this secret weapon is going to change the game this season for Liverpool. And walk with me here. See if you can figure out who this secret, it is a person, who this secret weapon is as we go through each point. Of course, I'm going to tell you at the end, but let me know in the comments if you get it early, okay? Timestamp it and be honest, okay? All right, let's jump in. LFC secret weapon. Everyone is forgetting that Liverpool have this. First and foremost, this secret weapon is really kind of this tactical evolution and flexibility. Liverpool have a more controlled and creative possession play. More control and more more creativity, but definitely more control than the Jurgen Klopp era, of course. Slot, came in and he successfully evolved Liverpool's tactical approach very, very quickly, right? He took it from Klopp's high intensity to a much more structured and patient 4-2-3-1 system for the most part. And those tactical those tactical tweaks have led to much greater control. Of course, Liverpool saw that early on in last season, and then throughout the entire season, it helped our defense, it helped our midfield, and it helped our attack. We destroyed teams because we controlled the ball and we killed them with the ball. That's what Arneslot said he wanted to do from the early get-go last season. So the tactical evolution of Liverpool and the flexibility, we saw this time and time again last season. Liverpool start poorly, and then halftime comes around, and Arneslot has this tactical flexibility. He is not a proud man. He is not afraid to make massive changes at halftime to win the game. He just wants to win. So here's another thing. With this tactical evolution and flexibility, and this might give you a little hint, Florian Wirtz is the cog. He is the cog, and he is the most important part of this, I think, because he gives Arneslot such an amazing amount of flexibility in his tactics, and he becomes this creativity hub right there in the central attacking midfielder role, one of the most important positions in all of football. And so now Arneslot has the perfect player to execute his vision of even more control and even more creative possession play. That is pretty amazing, okay? Number 2, player development. We saw this throughout last year. We've seen this throughout the career of Arneslot. Strategic player development and positioning. Slot, personally, I think Arneslot was the one reason why Florian Wirtz wanted to come to Liverpool. And that is because Arneslot has this plan. You don't just bring in the best players. You don't just go out and buy 3 or 4 of the top players on the market. You throw them into your team and say, go play and go try to win games. That is not Arneslot. That is not the Liverpool way. Arneslot has a plan, and he has a plan to develop individual players. I talked about this last season. Arneslot comes in, it's team tactics, but it's individual plans. Arneslot's team of coaches and trainers, they have individual plans for each player to make individual players better so that the entire team can be better. And that's what he's going to do with all of the new signings, right? He's been doing that for a whole year with Liverpool's current team. And now you get Kerkez, Frimpong, Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, Mamardashvili, and maybe even Isak and Marguehi to come in and get that individual player development that Arneslot is so good at with his team of coaches. That is a dangerous thing, okay? So, number 3, the defensive solidity. Now, I know this preseason, we've let in some goals. We've kind of seen some of Liverpool's maybe weaknesses in the team sheet with our defense specifically. We need another center back, at least, by the end of this window. I think that's very clear. But guess what? Teams can no longer target the right side of our defense, okay? They did that all last season with Trent Alexander-Arnold. And with his departure, now we have a solid defense that really, who are you going to target now? You're going to target Frimpong. You're going to target Connor Bradley. You're going to target Kerkez. You're going to target one of our center backs. I don't think so. The only thing that's taking this defense down is lack of depth, really. And I think we are going to address that by the end of the window. So our defensive solidity, I already mentioned it, the tactical evolution of Liverpool that gives us more control makes our defense better. It puts less pressure on them. And I don't think we're going to lose much from Trent leaving on the creative attacking side. Sure, we're going to miss those long balls, but now Arne Slot doesn't care about that. Arne Slot's going to tailor his tactics to the team that he has. He's not going to worry about missing out on Trent's long passes. I actually think he didn't really want to use the long passes. I think Arne Slot probably told Trent, go ahead and leave. We don't need you anymore. Anyways, no, Slot is building a defense that can maintain this tactical discipline and creative spark up the sides, right? We've seen that already in preseason. It's very, very exciting. All right, number 4. Are you getting it yet? Have you gotten what this secret weapon is? Okay. Perfect integration of signings. Slot has a history of quick integration of new players. This was obviously apparent last year. He had all new players. The whole team was new, right? And Slot came in and immediately had success in the Premier League, had success in the Champions League as well. Top of the table, could have probably gone undefeated in the group phase or whatever you want to call that. And I think we're going to see that this season as well. You've got, Florian Wirtz. You've got Ekitike. These are players. Frimpong. All the players are just named. Kerkez. My brain's not working, but you've got all these new players, and Arne Slot has a history of quick integration of new players and new tactics. Okay, so that is kind of how Arne Slot operates. This, I don't think, is going to take an entire season for us to see Kerkez or Frimpong or Florian Wirtz get integrated and start producing right away, okay? Number 1, I think a lot of these players fit in with Slot's already maintained tactics like pretty well. Kerkez and Frimpong, obviously. Florian Wirtz, he's just a unicorn, and he doesn't really need time to integrate. I think we're going to see that right away. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. This is going to be so fun. But the perfect integration of signings, I expect probably all of them to be perfectly integrated within, I don't know, a couple months maybe even sooner than that. And then the final thing here, we've seen immediate success, and there's a history of immediate success with Arne Slot. And so I'm going to call this Slot Phase 2, so that we can say, hey, there's going to be more immediate success, because now we're in a new phase, and this Slot Phase 2, I think, is poised for even more trophies this season. And so if you haven't gotten it already, Liverpool's forgotten secret weapon is actually Arne Slot. No one's talking about this. Everybody's talking about Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, all these things, Isak. Everyone is forgetting that Liverpool's manager, coach, Arne Slot, is a Premier League winning manager after his first season at the club. And there is so much to this guy leading a team of just loaded talent. And everyone's forgotten about that. Everyone's forgotten that Liverpool have the best manager in England. I'm going to say it. No, he doesn't have the track record of pedigree of Pep Guardiola. I actually think he's a better manager. He's a better tactician. He's a better player manager. He's a better trainer. Pep has the money. Pep has the pedigree. That's fine. I'd rather have Arne Slot leading our team, because I think he actually is smarter. He is a genius when it comes to tactics and player management and team management. And I couldn't be happier with Liverpool's secret weapon of Arne Slot. Let me know what you think in the